performing a slam poetry. Has anyone ever? Yes. Good. Finally. In case you don't know, slam poetry is a spoken word performance. It's a poetry that's meant to be performed instead of read. So I wrote this poem like 2 years ago, I think. So. I remember when my father said that I used to render this energy, felicity. Used to. You see, I used to be bubbly. I would dance swinging my arms and swaying my hips, not caring whether I bump into other kids and make them trip. So as I stared up at my father's eyes that mirrored mine, my mind traveled back in time. I was 4. Mom's working abroad, dad's at home. And before I go to school, my dad would dye my hair, his hands trembling, twisting, trying to figure out how to put my hair into a ponytail. He would encourage me to dance. My motivation was his clapping hands. He taught me how to spell words too difficult to understand, and as he put my medals over my head, elation emanating from his face, his problems drifting away, erased. I was 5 when I punched a bully in the face. Dad was there to lecture me, forcing his face to form a grimace, but he would later whisper, "You should have punched him harder." And then our laughter would echo through our home until the laughter faded out, just like our family. I was 6. Dad became busy, too busy that he hired a nanny, and when my mom ripped me away from home, I did not understand. When I tell stories about my dad, voice coated with admiration while others' faces dripping with hatred and aversion, I did not understand. 7. When my blindness began to shred. No, it didn't hit me like a train, it slithered off my vein, mixing truths and lies in my brain. 8. Mom would send me to grandma, then daddy, you would flame me back to you. Not to you, really. You would leave me in your sister's house, and another, then another, and another. Like I was the furniture you can't place properly. Dad, now it made sense why they separated me from you. They knew when at night my mother would cry, eyes shut tight, your fist raised in the air, called to strike. Dad, now it made sense why you would wear your smile to blind me from the truth I've never seen before. Smokes, bottles of beer scattered on the floor. Dad, as you were fixing my ponytail, did your hand tremble because you remembered I yanked Mom's hair? Dad, did you use those clapping hands as a weapon to emphasize your demands? Dad, did you teach me that I should have punched harder because you knew too well how hard punches can be? Dad, did you teach me how to spell words like trust so you can be the one to turn them to dust? And as you put the medals over my head, did you remember how you wished before that Mom and I are dead? And oh, Dad, by the way, I know that nanny you hired wasn't just my nanny. She was more to you, the first in the queue. And now you want to know why I changed? As I stared up at him, ready to answer that he was the one to blame, he burned me in his own flame, but instead I said, I don't know, I just changed. Because no matter how hard I tried to hate him, how those eyes reflected a stranger, to me, he's still my father. And I was performing a dance number.